all you beautiful and amazing people. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the show. If you're new to the channel, I'm your host, Hyde, and here at Hide and Seek Media, what I'm trying to do is bring you a blue-collar, common-sense perspective on news, politics, sports, current events, and entertainment. What I've come across today that I want to talk about is a clip from a podcast called the PBD podcast. And I don't know if you guys have seen this before or know of valuetainment, but if you don't, you should check them out because Patrick Bet-David is one of the best interviewers I have watched in a very long time. He gets people from both sides of the aisle on his show, and he asks hard questions, and he doesn't back down. Like, this is what I love about this podcast is the people that he has surrounding him too as well are very passionate about what they talk about and their opinions, and aren't afraid to get in the mix, right? And mix it up with these guests. So in this clip that I found, he is talking to Steve Schmidt, the founder of the Lincoln Project, about January 6th. And it gets pretty heated because of some of the comments that Steve Schmidt makes. Now, I haven't watched the entire video. I just kind of watched the first few minutes and then decided I wanted to do this video about it. So you're going to get my live reaction to what goes on in this clip as we watch it. So there may be some foul language. There may be some emotion that comes out that may rub you the wrong way, or may you just may not understand. If that's the case, I apologize in advance. But I have my own opinions about January 6th and what happened that day. And after this clip, you guys will fully understand those opinions and theories if you don't already, because I have talked about January 6th a number of times on this channel before. So if you want to check out those videos as well, make sure to join the channel, hit the subscribe button, check out the playlists. There's a lot of good content on there. As for this video, we're going to get into it here in a minute. And so let me set this up. It's Steve Schmidt, founder of the Lincoln Project, doing the interview with Patrick Bet-David and his crew at the PBD podcast. Okay? So Patrick Bet-David on the left, Steve Schmidt on the right. Like I said, I've only watched maybe about the first 30 seconds of this and a couple of shorts. And this is what made me want to watch this clip. So we're going to watch this together.
Steve, you lose credibility when you say 2,977 people died is less of an event than one person dying on J6.
No. That's not.
When you say that, you've already.
That's not. You're manipulating what I said, twisting it. What I said was January 6th was a more severe attack on the United States. September 11th had more casualties. There's a difference.
But doesn't that difference make it more severe? This is Patrick Bet-David's argument. Like, I'm 40 seconds into this video and I can already understand Patrick Bet-David's argument here. He's saying that January 6th was worse than 9/11 in the country's interest, like in general. Isn't a country losing almost 3,000 of its citizens in one unprovoked attack worse than one person dying in a protest that got out of hand? And it didn't even get out of hand as bad as the BLM protests, right? But because it happened on the Capitol during a government procedure, that makes it so much worse, apparently. But let's continue listening to what this guy has to say.
How do you measure worse? There's got to be data. You said you're a data guy. Data says One event, we lost nearly 3,000 people. One event, we lost one.
We lost.
You
we
ask
lost,
the average person,
well,
they're going to say, of course 3,000 is going to be worse
because
than
I
one.
guess I'm counting the 600,000 that died in the American Civil War, and I'm counting the 405,000 that died in the Second World War, and I'm counting the 50,000 that died in the Korean War.
Why are you counting those? Those are wars. Okay? Those are all wars that this country agreed to participate in and send those soldiers to that war. That's not the same as January 6th or 9/11. So there's no comparison here. Like, this to me sounds like he's just trying to utilize death toll numbers to support his argument, and it really doesn't work.
And I'm counting the 58,000 that died in the Vietnam War. And I'm counting the acts of sacrifice that go back to 1776 that were desecrated on that day, incited by a single man who assaulted the Constitution of the United States. We were attacked by a foreign enemy on September 11th of 2001. The casualties were horrendous, as they were on December 7th of 1941. But the attack on January 6th was more severe also than the attack on Pearl Harbor.
Well, some would call it attack, but from the videos that we saw, Steve, from Twitter and just undercover cameras, it didn't look like an attack. If
What
somebody
are you talking about?
Okay, so I'm going to pause again right here because I know exactly what Vinny is talking about, because I watched this live on Twitter and on YouTube the day it happened, right? I watched it live. We were watching it live at my job, at my day job. And I can tell you for a fact that what was shown on the news was a very small portion of the entire event. 90% of the people there were just protesting. You had a small number of people that were breaking windows and pushing back on cops compared to the amount of people that were actually there. Like, now you take that in comparison to the BLM riots that happened in 2020. Hell, if you want to compare assaults against the government, let's go back to May 29th of 2020 when there was a guard shack at the White House that was destroyed, and a church was almost burned to the ground because there were people protesting the George Floyd death and, protesting for Black Lives Matter in front of the White House. And it got so out of hand that they had to put the President of the United States in the emergency bunker. Tell me how that was not an insurrection, but January 6th was. But I digress. Let's continue listening to what Vinny has to say, because I really like this guy. Me and him are on the same wavelength.
I'm just talking about all the videos that we've seen, the undercover.
What do you mean all the videos?
All the videos on Twitter.
Well, all the videos on Twitter?
Yeah, hold on.
Are you guys going to really sit here and tell me that the attack on January 6th didn't happen? That the violence, the bludgeoning of the police officers didn't happen?
Hold on.
Because of some bullshit on Twitter? Here we go.
The bullshit on Twitter was people on the ground, not manipulated video edited by a TV station to give you a narrative. That's the difference. That was live, uncut, raw video, and I watched it live happen. And I can tell you that what we saw on January 6th, when you watch the entire event unfold from the time Trump gave his speech until the time they escorted everybody out of the building, it was not an attack.
Steve, I'll give you my opinion, and then you could talk. First of all,
it's not an opinion.
Hold on.
It's not an opinion. It's a bullshit conspiracy.
All right, time out. I'm not only a New Yorker, I'm a veteran. For you, time out. Yeah. My sister's a veteran. My brother's a veteran. He's a veteran. For you to listen to me, for you to say that January 6th compared to 9/11 that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Hold on, let me finish. Number one, it wasn't an attack. It looked like a guided tour. Okay, that's what it.
You're a nut.
Are you? Yeah, you ain't right. I am. It was a guided tour.
A guided tour.
You think
a guy beating the cops with all the violence?
Who died? Who died? Ashley Babbitt, a veteran, they shot. The Capitol Police shot her ass. Where the is that guy getting in trouble? You're just upset because Donald Trump said, you know what, they probably cheated. You don't think he has a leg to stand on that they did it in 2016? Hillary, Russia, FBI, colluded. Are you how are we crazy, Steve? How are we crazy?
I mean, this is going to be on video, so I mean, you're going to speak for yourself.
No, I'm going to speak for myself. Yeah. 19 terrorists took 4 commercial flights, crashed them in the World Trade, crashed them in the Pentagon, did all that. Yeah. Okay, and you're saying that, and we've lost, and by the way, for how many decades of wars, we've lost over 1 million people from the Iraq War, which is all bullshit, all a lie. 1 million people.
We lost 1 million Americans in the Iraq War?
No, we lost. We killed people because we said there was weapons of mass destruction. We lied. Bush lied. Oh yeah, there's weapons of mass destruction there. There was no weapons of mass destruction, but we were like, oh, we changed the name since we're here, enduring freedom, which is bullshit. Okay, so as a veteran, as an American, as a New Yorker, for you to say that one day compared to that is absolutely absurd, Steve. I understand that you love this country. I'm not questioning your patriotism, but the hate for one guy because he loves this country so much is absolute bullshit. He doesn't.
God, you're a fool.
How am I a fool? How am I a fool? You have Trump derangement syndrome.
Exactly. Vinny is nailing this guy right to the wall, and he can't do nothing. He has no argument. I can't wait to hear his rebuttal because Vinny has just battered this guy with facts, and I can't wait to hear what he has to say because he does have Trump deranged syndrome, and that's why the Lincoln Project turned on the Republicans basically and tried to make their own little Republican faction, right? Because they hate Donald Trump because he loves this country so much that he wants to bring this country back to the forefront of the world and not in the world's shadow, right? Like not in collusion with the rest of the countries of the world. We want to lead the world, because we are the greatest country on the planet, and that's what we need to be again. Because the beacon of freedom and the beacon of hope comes from the red, white, and blue of the United States of America. And every country that wants freedom bases it on what we do here. Remember that shit.
You hate him. You just hate the guy.
You are taken
American
in by
patriot.
A con man.
No, I'm not. I guess
he
what?
Loves
I'm
the
not
country.
a Republican.
Trump loves the country.
You damn right he does. He's been saying it since the 80s, 90s on Letterman and all these shows.
He's a guy on September 11th who went down, said he was down there, wasn't. He's a guy who called in on a radio. He said, now I got the tallest building in Lower Manhattan. He's a guy who lied about Muslims cheering it in New Jersey from Jersey City. He is a con man. He is a liar. And that you have fallen for this bullshit.
I'm not falling for anything, Steve.
Please.
Steve, how about this, Steve? It didn't have to be Trump. What I love is that this dude sacrificed everything to pull back a curtain and tell the regular American.
What did Donald Trump sacrifice?
Time out. Guess what?
What did Donald Trump sacrifice?
His career, he could go to prison. He could go to prison for what you guys want for the rest of his life.
Probably shouldn't have broken the law.
No, Steve, you know what it was? Steve, don't give me this breaking the law bullshit. Huh? He pulled open a curtain and let all of us see. The regular people. Look at what these assholes are doing. Fake news, fake this.
Are you talking about the shower curtain where he had the country's most sensitive secrets?
Oh, you mean no? What about Biden doesn't bother you? But Biden doesn't bother you?
Right.
They all take documents home. They all take that. Hey, hold on. Were we in better shape now than when Trump was in? Are you happy with what's going on? You and your Lincoln Project, but mind you, the biggest hypocrites, you guys were going after him for Russian collusion and tax evading. That's what you guys were doing. All your people. You were the only one that was innocent. The rest of them were perverted. One of them was a Russian agent. One of them owes $390,000 in a tax lien on his house, and the other guy went to court from American Express for not paying his $30,000 tax bill. You guys are the biggest hypocrites. The biggest hypocrites. You guys hate the man. You guys just hate the man. But the policies and what he did for this country, I'm happy. Listen, it didn't have to be him, Steve. It could have been a fucking turtle. He woke us up. He told people, hey, look at this curtain. Look at what these assholes are doing. Fake news, and it's all bullshit. And he sacrificed it all for us. Plain and simple, Steve. Say what you want. Say what you want. You're talking to a veteran that whole family fought for this country, and my parents are immigrants, and I'm a New Yorker. For you to compare those two is fucking asinine.
Get him, Vinny. Get him. That's what I'm talking about right there. Like, that hits me in the feels because I feel that. Like, I'm not a New Yorker, but I've I truly believe in his conviction compared to the other guy.
The only girl that died was a veteran. The Capitol Police shot her. You said bludgeoning? Who died on January 6th? Who died? Who died?
Well, we have multiple suicides.
God, give me a
officers.
break. Give me a break.
We have a lot of
multiple
damage.
on January 6th in the Capitol. Who died?
I'm
passionate because I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth, Steve.
Amen.
You're the
He's
one. You
telling
were
the
cussing
truth.
and talking shit. You're not going to do that with me. I'm sorry, bro.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
You are sitting here lying to millions of people about what happened on January 6th.
I'm lying.
Which was an attack on the country incited by the president. Watch the
Why
video.
is he in jail for inciting violence?
He will be soon.
Is that the video? Is that the video where he's like, go peaceful?
Yeah.
He's like, go in there, be peaceful.
That's
don't
what
do
happened.
Shit.
I don't know.
You guys hate the person.
You guys don't seem to be a whack job like this guy.
Yeah, I'm a whack job.
But you know what it is though, Steve.
Love
You know
it.
what it is.
And you know what's funny is right here, Patrick Bet David, I 100% guarantee you Patrick Bet David is about to back up Vinny in everything he just fucking said. Watch.
For me, I want to respect the voter, and I think there are millions, if not tens, who feel like he does.
There are tens of millions of people who feel like Vinny does. 75 million people plus, I promise you, feel the way Vinny feels right now.
I don't give a how he feels, and this is
And I don't give a how you feel.
And this is important. This is important because you can watch the video. Yeah. You can watch the video. You can watch the actual video of the insurrection.
But see, here's the problem. No, you can't. Let's be real and honest and truthful here, Steve. You cannot watch all the video because YouTube took it down, Twitter took it down, all of these other platforms took all of that video down and does not allow it to be put up. So you can't watch all the video unless you were watching it on the day it happened. A lot of those videos are now been taken down due to the violence of January 6th. Why? Because they want to hide the fact that 90% of those people were just standing outside protesting. And they want to hide the fact that's why we haven't seen all the January 6th footage yet, because they want to hide the fact that Vinny's right. It was a guided tour. Capitol Police were walking protesters through the halls, trying to find them an open door into the Senate chamber. There is video evidence of this. There were news reporters inside following them, taking video and photos. Don't tell me this wasn't a guided tour. This was not an attack. This was orchestrated.
Insurrectionists attacking the Capitol. That's real.
No,
it
it's
happened.
not.
They attacked the Capitol. Okay.
Can I just weigh in on one thing? You guys are both wrong and you're both right. Let me explain. Both days are horrible days in American history. We're comparing what's worse of a tragedy when they're both horrible tragedies. So who's right, who's wrong? You're right more symbolically. Correct. This is an attack on our democracy, the peaceful transfer of power.
He's saying it didn't happen.
No, which he's wrong.
He's saying it
what
didn't
he is
happen.
saying.
Wait,
hold on.
I said,
no.
When
Hear
the
me
hell
out.
did I deny that?
First of all,
Hear me
Adam,
out.
here's a question for you.
Hear me out.
No, hang on
He's saying-
a second.
he's
Listen to
saying
me.
that
No,
it was-
hang on a second.
Yeah.
You're the judge of this?
Can I
You're
give my,
the
can I give
judge
my
of this
opinion?
to say he's wrong or he's wrong?
Did I say it didn't? I said people weren't there. You said attack.
Yeah.
I said they were there. They were protesting.
You said it was a.
I didn't say it was attack. No.
You
I
said it was a tour.
No. I said it looked like a guided tour.
It didn't look like a guided tour to me.
What channel were you watching? CNN, MSNBC.
God,
I was watching undercover cameras.
You are a five-star
Vinny.
whack job, man.
Where Vinny is
Unbelievable.
right and wrong was
He's completely wrong.
Where I agree with what people say is, by definition, a lot of people would say that it wasn't literally a insurrection. Was it a riot? Was it was it a violent protest?
It was an insurrection aimed at stopping the certification of the election constitutionally prescribed on January 6th. That's the purpose of it.
You can argue over semantics. Is that's what I think?
It's not.
I do
It's
not.
not. It's no.
What point are you making?
We're not.
I'm saying
It's not semantics.
I would love to make my point.
Go ahead. Let's see what
if
it
I
is.
can finish my
Once, make your point. Hurry up.
for once. So the point is, both days were piece of shit, fucking horrible days. You know it was not just a guided tour. You know that it was a violent act of complete absurdity. It wasn't a guided tour, but at the same time, I don't think many people think that it was an actual insurrection. It was a horrible day in American history. Horrible day. It was not.
That's a shit take. That's a shit take because, yes, there was violence there. That's what happens at riots. Okay, we learned that through the entire summer of 2020, right? So yes, there was violence. No one ever says there wasn't violence, but we all saw the video of the cops walking Jacob Chanley or the QAnon shaman through the halls, along with a number of other protesters. We watched them open the doors and let those people in. We watched them murder Ashley Babbitt in cold blood. So let's not pretend, right, like this was an orchestrated attack on the Capitol to shut down the process of transfer of power. This was a riot of people upset that they were not being heard by the people they elected to do the right thing and question the 2020 election results. Now, whether the way it happened or what went down was the right thing to do or not is beside the point. Because I can bring up a number of different times where Democratic voters charged into the Capitol, staged sit-ins, and attacked people. There have been people shot at in the Capitol by protesters because of things like this. So let's not pretend like this has never happened before at the Capitol, at the U.S. Capitol, because it has. It's happened at many state capitals as well. So let's not pretend that this was some violent insurrection. This was a riot that got out of hand because Nancy Pelosi and the D.C. mayor did not have enough people on hand to contain that riot. Why? Because they turned down those people, that help and assistance, because it was offered by Donald Trump, the then president of the United States. Let's get all the facts laid out here before we start making accusations and calling shit an insurrection. This guy, Steve Schmidt, is blinded by his Trump deranged syndrome.
Not a tour through the Capitol. It was horrible. But at the same time, you have to understand.
Yes, it was a tour through the Capitol. We watched it. And sooner or later, all of those videos are going to come out. I hope Matt Gaetz does what he needs to do to get Kevin McCarthy to release all of those videos and not just let a couple of reporters take some clips.
And millions of Americans are going to see what you said about 9/11
Right.
and be shell-shocked by the ramifications of what you're saying. So this is what I'm saying, that you're both right and wrong in your assessment.
I think millions of Americans will understand perfectly what I'm saying. I think
Yeah, as you're a fucking nut job dipshit who's got Trump deranged syndrome and you can't get over it. You can't get over the fact that this guy, like Vinny said, pulled back the curtain. He switched sides. He was a Democrat for years and said, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of nobody listening to me. I'm tired of watching them shit on our country. I'm tired of watching them, piss away all of our jobs and do all this. He goes, I'm tired of it. I've been speaking about it for years. Nobody's listening. I've been donating to these people for years, and all they're doing is pissing our country away. I'm tired of it. I'm about to do something. And when he did, he did exactly what Vinny said. He pulled back the curtain and said, look, they're fake news. They're lying. They're fake news. They're lying. These people aren't really doing anything for you. So that's why I'm here, and I'm going to do it all by executive order because they won't vote for it, because they don't want it, because they're corrupt and they're politicians. This is exactly what Donald Trump was exposing, and this is why this guy doesn't like it.
millions of Americans sadly are abused by people like you.
I'm abused.
Who have a platform and communicate misinformation like you just did, that this was a guided tour as opposed to a violent attack. You are one of the people, through your conspiracies, who is poisoning the discourse and the ability of people to tell reality.
Yeah.
I want to say for the record, you're completely, absolutely totally full of fucking shit.
Yeah,
When you
I love
say,
you too.
when you say,
When I say what?
When you say
Yeah,
that
stop
that
getting
was
so close to me.
anything
Why are you getting
other,
closer to me?
when that was anything
Go use
other
your
than an
microphone.
insurrection.
Go use your microphone. And what? Guess what? I can say whatever I want because I'm an American.
by the way,
Say
reasonable
whatever I
question
want.
for you.
Yeah.
Reasonable question for you. What was and Adam? Here's a question for you. You said violent protest. You used those words
Twice. He said
did.
violent twice.
I did. Yes.
You said J6 is violent.
Yes.
Was BLM protest violent?
So we're going to go to a separate
No,
topic.
He's asking you a
I'm
question.
question for you.
Comparisons.
Yes, it was violent.
What's more violent, J6 or BLM riots? How many businesses went out of business, or how many businesses were trashed during
Antifa.
J6?
Now I have to defend BLM.
You do
now?
because you
Okay.
used the word violent.
They were
Twice.
both violent.
No.
Just like
No,
9/11
no, it's not.
was also a horrible day.
That's not how-
Just like January 6th.
No, that's not how it
There's
works.
levels. So
That's not how
only
this
one
works.
can be violent
No,
when the
it's
other
not.
one can't?
It's not. No,
Okay.
no.
Why
So
can't
January
you
6th was
understand?
peaceful and
have
only
to-
BLM was violent. I got it.
What is the difficulty in understanding that one of them was an attack on a very specific place on a very specific day with a very specific function taking place on that day that had everything to do with the peaceful transition of power, which is foundational to how the country functions. That's why.
Now we're talking different issues.
Right? So if there's a riot
right.
in Cleveland
Uh-huh.
and 500 businesses are burned down,
Yeah.
that is a threat to the economy in Cleveland, but not American democracy. If you assault the Capitol
Yeah.
on the day that the Congress is certifying an election to begin the process that will culminate on the 20th with the transfer, they have nothing to do with each other. The attack on the 6th was incited by one of the 44 people in the history of the country who's raised his hand and swore the 35-word oath to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States, period. It was the most grotesque betrayal.
This guy has Trump deranged syndrome so bad. I guarantee you he doesn't even know all the facts, or he doesn't believe all the facts. Like the fact that the reason why there wasn't enough cops there was because Nancy Pelosi and the DC mayor turned down National Guard help. Like, if they would have just done their job, that riot would have never gotten to the Capitol doors. But they didn't. They allowed it to happen. Why? Because they were the ones that wanted it to happen so that they could try to get Trump from never running for office again. They could try and throw him in jail, try and get him out of the way, because as long as he's there riling us up and keeping our patriotism alive and our thirst and hunger for America to be the number one pinnacle country in the planet again, they can't win. They got to get rid of him. And this idiot right here is definitely trying to get rid of Donald Trump.
An abdication of presidential responsibility in American history. It constitutionally disqualifies him, in my estimation, from holding office ever again. How could anybody look at what happened? Look at what happened. It was a tour? How dare you?
You didn't see the shaman getting guided around?
Shit.
The guy was supposed to be this crazy wild man. They were okay. Here's my question. Steve? How do you explain the countless FBI agents in plain uniform that Congress won't even tell us how many?
Because it didn't happen.
Oh yeah. Oh no. And
It didn't happen.
Ray
led the
Epps.
violent
Right.
insurrection.
Oh yeah. By the way, what do you? Let me see this. Guys saw that. Go back to that video. Could you show this video? People are rotting in jail for 30 years.
Yeah, 'cause
okay,
they're
for
criminals.
doing this shit.
What
What
do
the
we-
hell does that look look like?
Okay,
what does that look like
that's
to you?
One video.
Look at the
Vinny.
violence. I don't give
Vinny,
a shit.
Just because you're yelling doesn't mean you're right.
No, it doesn't matter.
That's one piece of video.
Yeah, one
Why
piece
don't we
of
show the hours of footage of them
Tucker
breaking
Carlson.
down
Look,
Tucker.
okay.
What do we got here? We got Tucker Carlson here.
Who got shot?
We got a guy. We got
Who got
Tucker
shot?
Carlson. We got a
Who
guy
got
who's
shot?
got his own show.
So does it matter where this is actual footage? It doesn't matter who fucking put it out. It doesn't matter whether it was Tucker Carlson or CNN. This is real footage. This is not doctored video or anything like that or made up. This is real footage. It doesn't matter who put it out. This is the truth. It doesn't matter where it comes from. This is unedited video evidence of the truth. It doesn't matter where it comes from.
On Russian
Ashley
TV.
Babbitt, God rest her soul.
We
a
got
veteran,
the king of
12-year veteran
replacement.
shot.
Domestic
That's
terror.
a guided
Look at this
tour.
violence.
This is they're being escorted by 2 Capitol Police to the door. Yeah, violent insurrection. Look at them.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But let's
Oh my
go to-
God, they're turning it up.
Let's roll
So-
the tape of the violence, though.
Okay,
Vinny.
bro-
Okay, that's like saying there's a war going on over
Adam,
here, but you have
Adam,
video of outside
Adam,
of
hold
them
on.
getting along.
Here's my question.
There's other videos,
wait,
Vinny.
Hold on, let's go back. So you mean to tell me Donald Trump, 2016, we found this is a fact. This isn't BS. I made this up. 2016, fact. All right, the Durham report. Hillary Clinton, DNC, FBI, they all colluded to say he.
None of that's true.
No. Oh yeah.
all
None of it's true. So you're full of right now. Number one.
Okay. The Durham report and all the evidence shows exactly what Vinny just said to be true, and this guy doesn't believe it. That disqualifies it. Everything he said for the last 16 minutes in this clip, everything he said is just now thrown out the window because he doesn't believe the Durham report, which was an independent investigation done against Donald Trump. They were looking for evidence to prove the collusion and couldn't find it. Instead, they found evidence that said, oh, wait, no, this was collusion by the DNC and Hillary Clinton and the FBI, not Donald Trump. But he doesn't believe it. That's not true.
100% true. She paid for the dossier and did all that. 100%. So wait. So Donald Trump is crazy to think that they would cheat again? Are you kidding me? You mean having the FBI
There's no evidence of voter
give me a
fraud
break. All
of
right, so
any
Durham's full of
type
shit, too.
whatsoever.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. You just don't know how to look for it because you don't want to find it. But there is evidence. The Georgia video of them recounting votes. The video of the Georgia woman who says, watch, I can show you how we adjudicate votes. These all went in, and all of them are bad. So when we go, we're going to just take this whole batch, and we're going to mark them all for Biden and move on. The videos are out there. You just have to look for them, okay? I've seen them. I've even talked about some of them on my channel. So if you want to go look, check out some of the videos that I've done in the past about Georgia, about the election. I promise you, they're out there. And what Vinny is saying is true. What this guy is saying is all bullshit. It's all bullshit. If he doesn't believe that the Hillary dossier and the Russia collusion shit was all made up, if he doesn't believe that, after we've seen viable physical evidence to prove all of this, everything he says after this is, I don't even need to hear it. We're going to finish the video, but I don't need to hear it.
Durham's full of shit.
Yeah, but
No, you're full of
that's
shit.
a separate conversation.
Hold on. By the way, and the hypocrisy for you guys to talk
You have any
shit,
good
the
videos from when
Lincoln
you were
Project
56?
was comprised of all the same shit that you guys accused Trump of. That's the fucking funny part. You guys are all full of shit. Your whole crew was tax evading, Russian foreign agent, money scandaling fucking people, and we're supposed to what? Believe you guys were making money. Where's all that money? Where's all the money? And I'm crazy? You didn't vet none of those people? You didn't vet none of them? No, none of these people. And it's always the ones that point are the biggest pieces of shit. The ones that go, hey,
boom,
look
get him,
at Trump,
Vinny.
tax guy, Russia guy. It was you guys.
Get him, Vinny. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's how you can go at him. He's got nothing to say because he's right. The top people in the Lincoln Project, one was a Russian spy, one was evading taxes, one was a pedophile. I mean, so what do you got to say, man? What do you got to say? You guys are the biggest hypocrites. Why should we even listen to anything you have to say when all the people you surrounded yourself with were the people doing the crap you accused Trump of? You could see it in Trump, but you couldn't see it in those people sitting around you? Come on, man. Why should I listen to anything you have to say now?
You're innocent. You're 100%
I pay
innocent.
my taxes.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to?
Hey, just because Donald Trump uses the loopholes that all that everybody else gets to use doesn't make him a bad person.
You want to find some fucking guy. You know what you are?
An American patriot.
You're
That's
a whack
why.
job.
Amen, baby. You are an American patriot, Vinny. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Yeah, I'm a whack job.
You're a whack job.
Let me guess. Oh, yeah, right, yeah. Dismiss conspiracy. No, the truth fucking hurts and doesn't care about your feelings.
Thank you, baby. That's what I'm loving right there, Vinny. Oh, man, I love this. I love the way he went after him. And because he's got nothing to say. Oh, you're just a conspiracy whack job. You're a fucking whack job. You got no rebuttal. You got no rebuttal except to call him names, just like everybody else when they went after Trump. All you could do was call him Orange Man Bad, because you couldn't rebut his policies. You can't rebut his policies. You can't rebut what he did for this country. You may hate the man all you want, but you hate him for your own personal reasons, not for what he did for this country. And I love you, Vinny. I love you. I love you. I love you, man. I love you.
Period. I'm sorry. I'm not delusional
what
about
he's
man.
saying about the peaceful tour of the Capitol, which I fully disagree with.
It's not an opinion. It's not.
Okay. And I have to kind of push back here because Adam, yes, there was violence. I don't think Vinny is ever going to argue that there was not violence. Well, who started that violence? Who was committing that violence? Who instigated that violence? Was it really Trump supporters? Or was it undercover FBI agents like Ray Epps who decided to instigate? Why has nothing happened to Ray Epps? He's on video saying we have to go in the Capitol tomorrow when we go down. We have to go in. We have to go in. That's inciting people to commit violence and commit trespass and break the law. Not Donald Trump. Donald Trump said march down peacefully and protest. Ray Epps is the one who said we need to go in. We need to be violent. We need to go in. And he's not getting in trouble. He's not being charged with inciting an insurrection. So what's the story behind that? Answer that question, Steve.
Not an opinion. He's a liar. He's a liar. He's lying into the camera.
No, he's not. He's speaking truth, and you just can't accept the truth. Like he said, the truth don't give a fuck about your feelings, man.
About a violent event saying it was peaceful, spouting conspiracy theories and using a Tucker Carlson thing.
I didn't play the video.
I don't know what to say other than to say it's why the country, right?
It's why Trump is leading in the polls because there's so many crazy whack jobs like me that are tired of your bullshit. Period. America first. Look where the fuck America is right now. Where are we? Are you happy with what's happening right now in this country? Are you genuinely happy with what's happening in the country? Border wide open, inflation, all the bullshit that's happening, all the violence, all the smash and grabs, all the shit. You're happy?
I think three things.
He didn't answer the question.
I genuinely think you're a whack job.
God bless you too. Thank you so much.
I think you're ignorant.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. And I think you have nothing to say because you know that I'm right. And guess what? I hope to God Trump's win again. Trump wins again, so at night he just lives in your head.
So he can kill me?
No,
kill the chairman of the Joint Chiefs?
No, because I want you to wake up every morning
Shut down NBC?
and go, I want you to wake up every morning and go, oh, I want you to cry like all the people that cried, but he made America dope. It's people like you that are dividing us. All right? I don't give a shit about personality. I want policy. I want to live in a safe country, all right? I want the border to be secure. I want the economy to be killing, all right? I don't want people like you.
I don't know.
He's a boogeyman.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is what I'm talking about. Vinny ripped this dude. Thank you, everybody, for watching this video. But I got to say, I love Vinny on PBD podcast. If you guys don't watch that podcast, please make sure you go over there, hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button to this channel too. Because Vinny nailed it, and he exposed that guy. That guy had no definitive argument against what Vinny said, except to call him a whack job. That's it. And that's exactly what they did to Trump when he exposed them. Oh, he's crazy. He's a lunatic. He's going to get us into World War III. And oh, my God. The first president to not start a new war, brought peace to the Middle East, which was been trying to be done my whole damn life, right? So, like, come on. What are we even talking about here? We all know that this is just Trump deranged syndrome, and that guy is a whack job, right? But I wanted to watch that video, and I wanted to, like, just do a live reaction because I saw how passionate Vinny was in those shorts, and I had to watch the whole clip. I got to tell you, I love that man. Me and Vinny, we vibe on the same wavelength, man. And I'm pretty sure that everybody watching this video vibes on that same wavelength too, right? And if you don't, maybe you need to join us. Maybe do some research. Watch some more of my content. Watch some more of PBD's content. Watch some Tim Cass. Watch some Luke Rakowski, right? Watch these people. Dave Rubin, even though he's on the DeSantis train now, go still check him out, right? Larry Elder, Brandon Tatum, Candace Owens, all of these people, Michael Knowles, Jordan Peterson, all of these people, these are smart, intelligent people. They all see this the same way. Well, not all of them. Like I said, Dave Rubin is on the DeSantis train, but they all understand that January 6th, while there was some violence and it was a protest, yes, they protested during a government procedure. That's not unheard of. That happens at the state level all the time, and it's happened before at the state at the U.S. Capitol. So let's not pretend like this is the first time that a government process has been interrupted by a protest, because it's not. And this is the first time that they actually charge somebody with insurrection over that, though. And why? Because it's Donald Trump. That's why they're trying to go after him now for these stupid record things. The same thing that Obama and Bush and Biden and every other freaking person has ever done that's been in the White House, as a vice president or president. So let's not pretend like Donald Trump did something new and dastardly, because they all do it. They've all done it. And as a matter of fact, there's even a ruling by a judge during the Clinton administration where Clinton was found to have like 70 videos or something like that in his home. And that were, I don't know if they were marked classified or whatever, but they were, government stuff or whatever when he was president. And the judge ruled that it was his personal belongings because he was president and he was allowed to take them. He took them home. Now they're at his home. They belong to him. They're his personal possession. I don't see the difference in what they did to Donald Trump, except the fact that Donald Trump wants to make America great and not part of a one world government. Pardon me. So, in the end, go check out PBD's podcast. Make sure you subscribe to this one. Vinny, if you ever see this video, dude, I love you. Keep saying what you're saying. Keep speaking the truth, brother. We're all behind you. And God bless you, man. I appreciate you guys checking out this video all the way to the end. It really does mean a lot that you've made it this far. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you get notified anytime I drop a new video. Smash that like button if you like the content. Share this video on all social media platforms so that everybody can get, can like this content too. And leave a comment down below, man. Let me know what you think about this video, the topic, the channel. I love to engage with my viewers, so feel free to fire away. I appreciate everything you guys are doing, and I'll catch you later. Peace.